And how's it going, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Let's Play The Binding of Isaac Rebirth with Durinde. It's been a little while since I played this on camera. I've played it a lot off camera, but I've been playing a few different things. Been playing some Hearthstone. Got a bit of a series built up on that if you'd like to check it out. And I've been playing some Chainsaw Warrior as well. And of course, when I play that, you got to be careful because spirit of a 80s action star seems to take hold of me. I'm going to play as Azazel because still trying to build up to that 999 coins. Eventually we'll make it there someday, but we will have to keep plugging away at it for now. So yeah, playing as Azazel, that means we're going to have a bit of an easy time. We start off with the full card, which we will try to hang on to so we can escape from boss rush if we do reach that in time. And there is our boss room already, but it is a little bit too early to hit that up yet. So let's take a look around, see if we can find our item room. Have we been down here? The answer to that is no. The Dips. What an interesting little creature. Of course, they're new to Rebirth. The poop monster is new to Rebirth, and I wonder what the Afterbirth expansion they're going to bring. So we did get Virgo for our item. Don't have too much to say about Virgo. A decent item, I suppose. Maybe a C class. And see if we can find that boss room again and make it on down to the next floor fairly quickly. Gemini, you don't usually see him on the first floor that much. And we do have a tinted rock here, so we'll try to blow that up and get an extra spirit heart for the next floor. And Gemini, a new monster for Rebirth as well, at least compared to the original Binding of Isaac. I did play the original, and I gotta say, looking back at the artwork and stuff, I got, like, Rebirth is so much better. You know, it's almost hard to look at the original Binding of Isaac right now. Not that it was bad or anything, it's just that Rebirth does such a great job of environmental design and character design and all that, even though it's like the same characters and the same rooms and the same monsters and such. It just does everything so much better. It's like a cake, you know. You can go to the grocery store, you can buy one of those cakes made in the grocery store, and yeah, they're all right, but you know, you go to a professional cake maker and they'll do up some like triple tier thing for you, and it's made with the best chocolate and all that stuff, and that is a higher tier cake, and you got to enjoy that. So alright, so let's move on. Not too much came out of that room. We do have a chest and a couple of bombs, so we'll grab those and move on. Kill ourselves a couple of spiders and these little polyp guys. These guys are not fun to deal with from time to time. We do have magic mush, which will give us an all stats up and a piece of health that we will look to trade away to the devil for the devil deal. Spiders. Well, this is the time of the year that spiders are out now. They hang around my work a lot, and I do have a couple of employees. I shouldn't say employees, they don't work for me, but co-workers, I guess the proper word is. A couple of co-workers that get freaked right out by having spiders around, so I'm constantly going around with a broom and kind of knocking down their webs, and then sometimes picking the spiders up in my hands and relocating them to the outside so they don't bother my coworkers. But you know, I live in an area of the world where spiders are pretty small, they're pretty chill. Unless you're like a moth or something like that, they're not going to hurt you. Not like Australia by any means. Like the most vicious creature that we have where I live is probably a moose. You know, there's probably more people killed by moose here every year than any other animal. It's pretty amazing, actually. And you think I'm kidding about that, but I'm not. It's moose vehicle accidents. Moose aren't native to where I live. They were actually introduced to the area like back in the 1920s or something like that. And, well, they have no natural predator here. We don't have any wolves. So that means that they flourished to the point where they've almost become a nuisance. You know, there are some hunts every year. I won't get into the morality of hunting animals or anything like that. If you're going to do it, great. If you're not going to do it, great. You know, it's not my place to judge anyone what they do in their spare time. Alright, so we did pick up a Steam sale. Let's see what this pill is. Luck up. That's worth the 3 cents, I think. So yeah, moose all over the place here, and you really got to keep an eye out for them. That is northern Canadian living at its finest. You know, I understand other parts of Canada, you got to watch out for deer and that stuff, but you know, a big bull moose, that's going to take out your car. And the way that usually happens is that the vehicle takes out the legs of the animal and the butt of the animal. I'm not kidding about this. Kind of slides into the D4, huh? Kind of slides into the car through the windshield. So what did we get? We got, what's this, little planet? Small planet. Tiny planet. Couldn't remember the name of it. I knew it was an adjective for small or tiny, but I couldn't remember what else it was. We do have BFF as well, and we're fighting Peep. Now it seems like this reroll has cost us some damage. I don't know if we lost some sort of power up, maybe the magic mush when we picked that up. So fighting Peep here might take a while. Maybe if BFF could hit, that would do something great for us. Let's try to avoid this eye. Sometimes it seems like the eye actually seeks you out. I'm not sure if that's actually true or if it's just me being paranoid, but it seems like they change direction and follow you. It's like those pictures you see on those old movies that people would poke their eyes out of and watch people in like some sort of haunted mansion or something. The eyes follow you. It's pretty freaky. I remember visiting an uncle once. I was at a birthday party, I think, for one of my cousins. And anyway, they did have a picture, like one of those old 1910, 1920s pictures of a couple. And I think might have been 7 or 8 at the time. And we freaked each other out, like all the kids who were at this party, by saying that the eyes were following the other children and all that. Fun times, you know, the stuff you do when you're a little kid to freak yourself out, making up scary stories and stuff like that. Alright. Taking some dumb damage here. Taking some real dumb damage. Almost seems like we have piggy bank or something like that. So I will be re-rolling this. And I almost knocked over the mic there, so if you heard that, I do apologize. Alright, so eyeless ooze, guys. We'll do some bobbing and weaving. Sting like a butterfly. Fly like a butterfly. Lots of butterflies, not so much bees. And yeah, bees. Speaking of bees, that's actually one of the things that I'm actually kind of terrified of. No problem with spiders, but bees? Yeah, I could... if I could go my entire life without seeing a bee, I'd be fine with that, but, you know, not to the point. We ended up with epic fetus. You know, I understand bees are important and all that, but the fact that an animal has developed a barbed tail in which to impale its enemies, sacrificing itself for the good of a hive mind, that is kind of freaky. Like I said, maybe I should be more frightened of spiders. Spiders I don't have a problem with, but bees, man, I don't know. And I know they're important, and I know that they're disappearing, and I know that they pollinate our plants. But man, you know, they could have did all that without the stinging. I blame bears on that. Picture like a Neolithic bear. Not even sure if that's the proper terminology for what I'm trying to describe, but like an old world bear in the wilds of North America or Asia, climbing up a tree after a honey of an animal that would become the bee, and the bees are like, hey man, like these dicks just come along and they take our honey, and that's really terrible. And then one bee goes like, well, let's grow a barb out of our butt and sting these guys. And then they all were like, yeah, that's a pretty good idea. And then this guy who was into some freaky bee stuff was like, well, let's make it so that we die if we use this as well. And by the time everyone realized that this little evolutionary caveat was put in place, well, it was too late for the poor bees. Alright, so we have, what's it, guillotine? Causes your head to fly around like this. Couple of orbitals. And Sister Maggie. And we did not get a deal with the devil on this floor. Or if we did, I somehow managed to miss it in my tirade about bees. But yeah, man, bees, like, calm down, guys. You know, I'm not after your honey. Just kind of leave me alone, and we'll get along great. It's like any animal that develops poison. I mean, how does that even work? You know? Animals like, well, we're biting them, but it doesn't seem to be doing too much. Let's cause their blood to congeal. That should deter a few people. And yeah, it's deterring me, all right. No, we don't have any poisonous snakes where I live either. Or really, nothing really poisonous where I live. Like, the animals were just trying to stay warm where I live. Too busy developing methods to stay warm that, like, oh, well, bring the poison. We just don't want to freeze our balls off. Alright, looks like we have Mom's Eye with this round and a dry baby. Mom's Eye and a dry baby. Sounds like some sort of fancy cocktail bar drink. Yeah, excuse me, sir, I'll take the Mom's Eye with a dry baby. And be sure that you peel a lemon for that. And stick it in the drink upside down. Also serve it in a man's hat. Okay, I'm stealing that one from The Simpsons, I admit. And speaking of The Simpsons, well, like, there's this big furor now about, oh yeah, like, Marge and Homer are getting divorced for reals. And I remember an episode where that kind of already happened. I don't know if they're planning to do it like permanently or like a couple episode arc, but yeah, there was an episode where Homer did get a divorce for him and Marge, so he could remarry her. I know that the basic concept, I guess, of the episodes are probably different, but you know, it did happen. It's one of those cases where The Simpsons already did it on The Simpsons. I remember when The Simpsons was something you would look forward to every Sunday. How the mighty have fallen. What do we have now? We have a relic, we have a Splunky's hat, we have a little Chad. Still doing good for time, we still have our full card. It's a reroll room? No, it's a poop room. And we'll take out Pride. Damage seems okay. We do have the relic. I might keep this this combination. I don't know. I'd like to be a bit more powerful. I'm not doing as much damage to these hearts as I would like. We do have a secret room there, and I forgot that these guys were the guys that shot out of both ends. Transcendence. Well, that means we can fly, which we could already. I hate these masks of Anthony, the small ones. And it seems like when you're on a floor with them, you're on a floor with like 3 or 4 rooms of them. But if you don't see one, then, you know, they never seem to show up. Isaac's Tear is pretty useless for us as now. Be alright if they came out as Brimstone's shots. Maybe they do. Maybe I'll have to try that. I think they just come out as normal tears. You know, it's not like a Tammy's head. Give it a try. Yeah, that was kind of anticlimactic. Like the first time I had sex. So that's Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill turned 20 years old. I'm in my early 30s, I'll admit it, and man, you're watching this and you're younger than me, you're gonna have an album that used to be on the radio all the time. And one day you're gonna find out that that album came out like when you were 5 or 6. And that's gonna make you sad. No, it makes me sad. Not doing great damage here. I'm trying to shoot the punching bag, which isn't working so great for me. I don't know if we managed to pick up any guppy items in our rerolls. We do have Juicy Sack. Who doesn't love a good Juicy Sack? Alright. Let's concentrate a little bit, see if we can get through this fight. Yeah, you go after the punching bag. Right. You can die now anytime. Just anytime you're ready. There we go. Deal with the devil is down here. What do you deal with the devil with the blue dress on? Take sides. Really does nothing for me with technology. And we'll use the full card. Alright. And we'll go down to the next floor, and now we'll continue our wacky re-roll. Wacky reload. Re-roll. Wacky re-roll. Run. There we go. That's a mouthful. Okay, we're at 14 minutes. And we are at the Womb 1, so a pretty quick run so far. You know, I consider anything that's like sub 30 minutes a quick run. 30 seems to be a standard. Scatter time, you'll get those 1 hour runs, and it's either a run that you're going to lose or you're going to win. Oh, that's like anyone. Oh, that's some great analysis there, John Madden. You're either going to lose or you're going to win. Yeah, it's basically, if your run is that long, your blue baby fight, it's either going to be really, really easy, or it's going to be tough as nails, and you're going to have to fight for any little bit of damage that you do to them. Alright, so we are at the Womb 2, and we do have some judgments, and we do have quite a few keys as well, so let's kind of bounce back between these two guys. More health. Let's get myself down to 4 keys. I like to keep 4 keys, just in case we go up to the chest. We're getting a lot of red chests here. Alright, let's hurt ourselves a few times. We do have Bum Friend. Didn't notice that until now. One more. And we got Speed Up. I'll take it, and hopefully we'll pick up some more health along the way here. I am playing on normal and not, was it hard or nightmare or whatever it is. So, expect more health drops. There's another half heart. Kind of want to stay at that half heart interval too, because we will get a period of Polaroid invincibility if we do that. Another couple of rooms, and we will be ready to re-roll. Another half heart there. Right, take that, and let's see what we turn into now. Alright, we still have our Brimstone Shot. We have a Parasite. Blue Baby's only friend. Seems fairly powerful. 17 minutes. Yeah, we're not taking out these brains in one shot. Just cheese these guys. Cheese it! The Dean! Futurama. Trying to get the reference. A Futurama. Interesting show. Interesting, that and Family Guy. The fact that both of those shows have been canceled and brought back to life, which was kind of unheard of, like in the 90s, like a show being canceled and then being brought back. You know, usually if a show was canceled, that was it. You know, you might get some sort of a one season like second generation type thing, like the New Adventures of Young Rider or something like that. But yeah, generally if something was canceled, that was it. That was the end of the road. Okay. Ooh, crawl space. Another visitor. Stay a while. Stay forever. Impossible mission from Commodore 64. I think it was one of the first games with digitized voice in it. I could be wrong about that. It's one of the first games I remember with digitized voice. And it was a very poor digitized voice. It was like, wow, forever. That and Ghostbusters on the Commodore 64. Recommend you look it up on YouTube. Yeah, and I know the Angry Video Game Nerd has covered Ghostbusters before. But look up the Commodore 64 version. That's the version I grew up with. Wait, do we have Midas Touch? Maybe not. I shouldn't touch the Midas Touch. Trust the Midas Touch. I just gotta check. Can't really tell. Alright. I'll grab another heart and we will go up to the cathedral. A cathedral, that would be a great spot for cat lovers. You know, if you're ever thinking of starting a cat themed restaurant or coffee shop or something like that, there's your title. Cathedral. You know? And you can serve drinks like Bombfly and the D4 and Little Steven. Mask of Infamy would be an interesting drink. Not sure what would be in that. Not really a mixed drinks type of guy, you know. Though I have been known on occasion to enjoy a pina colada. At least two, because you got to have one for each hand. That's when you're sailing with Captain Morgan, and you might even reach dry land. Couple of bonies. Remember Grabbed by the Ghoulies for like, what was it, Nintendo 64 or something like that? Never played it. I remember it being advertised. But, you know, they make a modern version that could be boned by the bonies. I think I've heard that joke somewhere else. I won't take credit for it. If you know the origin of that joke, please hit me up, let me know. Because, yeah, I don't want to take credit for something I possibly didn't create. Alright, let's keep rolling with the D4. Man, we are... Looks like we have like a giant polyp coming out of our eye. And we don't have much health left either. So, maybe we'll cool it with the rerun Sanchez. And see if we can pick up some health. You can hear my keyboard tapping furiously as I do some NLG level dodging. I mean, the damage to Isaac isn't great. Almost seems like we have some sort of damage resistance. We have damage resistance here. Alright, so the trick is going to be able to get to hit Isaac without him hitting us, which is another John Madden level strategy. Well, there we go. We gave up that run, and we didn't even add any coins to our donation machine. Well, if you did like what you saw, please like and subscribe, and I will see you around next time for Durinde Plays The Binding of Isaac.